One of the many benefits of having a glass screen protector is enhanced durability and the fact that you can protect your iPad or tablet or even smartphone screen from any damage in case you drop it on the floor, and the glass screen protector will crack before the actual screen on your phone or tablet will. So it creates a extra layer of protection. If you're slightly clumsy like me, it's going to be a pretty good idea. On the other hand of the spectrum, glass screen protectors tend to be a bit more plastic, and because they have a bit more of a rigidness to them, they add a thicker layer, and sometimes if the coating on the glass doesn't feel, as elegant or smooth as the original screen on your device does, then it detracts from the overall feel of your product. So those are elements we're going to look for in this video first look / review of the Bluboon screen protector for the iPad 4 and iPad Air. Both of these screen protectors are fairly moderate in terms of price tag for a glass screen protector of this caliber, and it retails for about $25, which isn't bad at all, and you see that the packaging is pretty good. Some specifications for these screen protectors include the fact that it has, what the manufacturer claims, it doesn't disrupt the touch on your iPad. It has a really silky, silicone delicate touch layer, which makes things still pretty smooth. There's the anti-fingerprint and oil coating, which is good, and it offers whole transparency and also 9H in terms of the thickness and the surface hardness, which is good. And some more information is located on the back. You have the screen protector, you have a cleaning cloth, a card to remove any air bubbles, and also a this kind of tape to remove any dust particles on your device, and also an alcohol cleaning pad, which we'll take a look at in a moment. So technically, in terms of features, it seems to be pretty well rounded. So in terms of the iPad 4 version that we have here, inside, you see that we have access to the aforementioned cleaning cloth, which is the first step. You clean your screen off, and then you remove it. You use the alcohol prep pad to remove it from any dust or anything that might land on it, and finally use the tape to remove any remaining dust particles. And lastly, you would also use the card after you've applied the screen protector to remove any air bubbles. And then because the glass screen protector adds a layer of thickness, it's going to be more difficult to press the home button. So the manufacturer has included 2 little home button cutouts, which you put on there and add a bit more of dimension. So it makes your home button a bit easier to press after the screen protector has been applied. So over here we have access to the protected screen protector, and you can see that it looks pretty good. It feels like glass. It's pretty thick. It seems to be pretty good quality, so hopefully it's going to protect your device pretty well. The same thing can be said about the iPad Air version. You have the exact same things. One thing I did notice is that there are no instruction manuals, so you do have to kind of rely on your intuition as far as application and then the steps and procedures, which is a downside. And you can see the iPad Air version has the exact same thickness and the same design, but of course the iPad Air is a bit smaller in terms of the overall form factor on the front than the iPad 4 or the iPad 3 or iPad 2. So you can see it's a bit smaller in terms of size if I measure it onto the diagonals here. So the iPad 4 version also works with the iPad 3, the iPad 2. Let's show you how to actually apply the glass screen protector. I'm going to remove the pre-existing kind of protective seal I have on this iPad over here, and I'm just going to take that out. And the next step is just to take the cleaning cloth and to remove it from any dust particles or anything that might be attached to the screen. Alcohol prep pad and use that to quickly clean out the screen, because alcohol evaporates pretty quickly, just to get it a bit wet and to remove any dust particles and any more permanent smears or grime or dust on your iPad screen. And I'm going to clean that off in about 20 to 30 seconds. The screen has become reasonably dry, which I've waited about 20 seconds longer for the alcohol to totally evaporate off the glass. I'm going to use a sticker to remove any dust particles, just kind of lightly dabbing on it. So if I see a dust particle here, I'm going to put this down, and then before we continue with the final step, which is applying the actual screen protector, I'm just going to note that it's always better to be in an area where it's a bit hotter and a bit warmer, perhaps a bit humid. So you could always go to a bathroom, turn on the hot water for a few minutes. It's going to make the air particles and the dust in the air top of the screen protector down. And as I start peeling the actual tape backwards, I'm going to continue putting it onto the screen, so that it provides a tight seal onto the actual display. Protectors, though, is that air bubbles tend to be erased by themselves after about a few minutes or even 1 to 2 hours after it's been applied. So you can see here how most of the air bubbles have naturally kind of faded out once I've applied the screen protector by itself and kind of applied a bit more pressure using the card to squeeze out any air bubbles that remain. And the final step is just to clean off the glass itself from any dust or from any fingerprints. And you're pretty much ready. You do have the ability to apply the included stickers onto the home button if you want to make it a bit easier to press. We're going to do that, and I'm going to apply the home button key onto the side of the button there and have it stick onto place. And now it just makes the button a bit easier to press, as you can see, because it's a bit more raised above the surface. And the hardness also comes into place. If you have any keychains or rings and you bring your iPad out and about and you accidentally start to scratch it, you can see that it doesn't really damage the screen, and best of all, it doesn't add too many scratches to the actual screen protector either. It's really hard after you kind of wash it off again. You can see it's very difficult for you to actually scratch the tempered screen protector, which is always good. Same thing can be said about scissors, knives, and glasses. As long as you don't scratch it too hard, it actually resists any damage as a whole to the screen quite well, which is going to be, again, pretty good in terms of durability. The tempered glass screen protector provided by Bluboon, and it's pretty inexpensive, offers a nice way for you to protect your device and also add not distract from the style of your original iPad, and has quite a few features on the device as a whole. It's really tempered, it's pretty strong, and it's coated in a nice layer of transparency. One area that it is weaker on is that anti-fingerprint coating, which we feel like could be stronger, but overall it's not bad at all. You can check out our full written review on our website. This has been our video first look here at OS Reviews of the Bluboon Tempered Glass Screen Protector. Thanks for watching.